answer Q&A tonight. We have learned so much already from Frank, right? At the local seminar, Frank talked about, building, how to, about prospecting. And I remember, I love what Frank said. It doesn't matter about age, it doesn't matter about race, it's the same, right?
Yes.
So people say, this, how you prospect young people, how you prospect these people is all the same, okay? So there was some question that the team has put together.
Organized it already.
Yeah. Where is it?
Happy choosing Corinne.
Okay.
Happy
Yes.
to
We're happy when we call him.
It's not a happy Tuesday without a Corinne.
Okay. So Irene, you had your question?
Yeah. So the last few times when we had Corinne, we think that we have to do more events because we don't do enough events. And with events, you also can help us with prospecting, retailing, all that. So just want to see whether you can share with us what you do with Taiwan so we can get some ideas.
Okay. What kind of events?
Like movies or your TLS, whatever events. What kind of events do you have? Because when we had the annual convention, we saw how like Perth, their events are so fun. They're all dressed up. They have all the decoration. Like wow, they really go all the way up. So I think our group we really need to learn how to do more events and make it more fun.
What do you guys think of when you hear the term HBP?
HBP. What do you think? What is HBP?
What do you think of?
A business presentation at home.
Or product presentation.
Yeah, back to basic for HBP, and HBP. When I think of HBP, because I listened to quite a few. I can't remember who. Dennis Frank or somebody. He says we should have Gary Rogers. We should have HBP because it's back to basic. It's from home to home, right? And also during the HBP, you should have products because it's also a chance for you to retail, showcase your product, and also prospecting. So that's why he says that it's like you should have HBP because HBP got so many different areas.
Okay. Yes. So a big misunderstanding for new UFOs or HBP, they think it's at home UBP. Right. Business presentation. But in HBP can be a lot of things. It can be a beauty event. It can be health and wellness. It can be transition lifestyle. It can be a home UBP, of course. But we don't charge money because we can't. It can be anything really. But that anything has to be result producing.
Yeah.
Okay. So take an example from my experience from the past. Sometimes when we see in the old days when we do like an event and it looks like really good, a lot of things that happening, like dressed up nicely and blah blah all that, but
no sale.
That's right.
Yeah, so much work and no sales.
So it's a good thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that event is bad, but if that event we put a lot of work in and a lot of good opportunity like sell or prospect opportunity, that means that event is good. So I'm not talking about how much work we put in. I'm talking about it has to be result producing. So for event to get better, actually the very important part is after the event. Okay, I'm not talking about like follow up. I'm talking about like after the event we should get together right after and have a meeting after meeting.
Yeah.
About today's event, what can we do better and what did we miss? Obviously the guest needs to be all taken care of and you're not gonna do it in front of them. But you need to that's how you make an event better and better. Okay? In a lot of places, people will get idea from a local seminar or convention and they'll go, we should do HPP. And then they think it's business presentation at home. So let's say if we do it in James or Doreen's place, we do it once a week or twice a week. I'm sorry, or once per 2 weeks, okay, or once per month. Doesn't matter what frequency. And you'll realize if you do the presentation thing, the first time a lot of people will come, and then the attendance level will drop. And eventually, only UFOs will come. And then people are gonna say, it's all the same thing. We do the same thing over and over again. This is very normal in a lot of market countries because they misunderstood what HPP represents. So for you, if you want to have events, you need to preset it. Okay. So if we want an event for starting in July, then set the intervals. How many HPP are we gonna have in July? Let's say it is 1. Okay, it's very important to always make a model HPP. We do that in Taiwan. Whenever we have a new area, like south of Taiwan, the experienced UFO, including myself, would go there and do the first HPP. Because we're gonna show them how it's done.
Right.
Okay? And then we'll have them plug in later, and eventually they'll take over. So for you, no matter what team, you guys can cross teams, of course, but you need to support one HVP and all be there and do different things. And you get the people who wants to duplicate later to come and shadow you. So that's how you move. So if I were to build here, I know there's a lot of areas you guys coming from, like Burwood, Strathfield, other places. If I were to build here, I would choose one place where everybody would go. Maybe it's distance-wise consideration, and then we have a model HPP there. Okay, so let's say if we do that in July, then in the next month or next quarter, I want to see HPP taking place in other areas. So eventually, every area should have an HPP on different interval. Do you guys get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it would be like in Sydney, under your team, then maybe we'll have 7 to 10 HPP going on in different area at different time. Okay, meaning that people can go and leverage each other. Then event becomes fun, and it will not always be HPP. Home business. It will be home business. Maybe next time skincare. Maybe next time transition. Maybe next time something. So if we set the next time to be skincare, then during our coring, we would take a chunk of the time to talk about what have we prepared for that event. So everybody would get better at it. And then with that, eventually you will have beauty advisors coming up, like shipping coming out. You have TLS coach, so you will become team. Well, you're really multi-dimensional. So that's
good. We thought HPP is just business presentation.
it's home business party, and that business means result producing. It's not
presentation.
No. It's party.
Oh.
Yeah. That's why if you look at B5, it said HPP. It has health and wellness 101, Children lifestyle. Remember at the basic 5, at the retailing section. If you look at the PowerPoint, it will say HPP have 4 kinds, and will tell you what to prepare for. Like it says prepare HDMI cable and computer, and those are the pages. That's what it's talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. So in our last coring, we were talking about having different people look after different area, and we have got names, but have have those people who are in charge of different area, can you start doing something? Yeah. Meaning get together your group, like TLS, like Motive, like skincare. We're talking about different areas specialized, like organizing the party there.
Yeah. But yes, just I think if it's possible, if I'm with your team, I would want everybody to be in the same event first.
Yes.
Yeah.
What I mean is having organizing because we have different specialized, different people specialized, so we want them to lead.
Yeah.
And then when this event is on, you lead with the team so that we get good at doing it.
Okay, so let's talk about what a good HPP should look like.
Right.
Okay. First, music.
We don't have that.
I really care about that. As my wife, like music is my big thing.
What
What
kind
sort
of
of
music?
yeah, what sort of music? I got speakers, I can bring.
What kind of music on the That's your way to the
Heavy metal would be nice. To get them like, oh! Yes. Usually you can prepare 2 sets. Prepare 1 set of maybe like top 50 music, like from any playlist. Just something trendy. Okay. Prepare another set where it's like light jazz, like a background music. Okay. So this goes to all the events, including GMTSS.
Wow. Okay.
Mine, when I did.
So what do you think of our GMTS?
Boring.
Oh, yeah. No,
Not enough
it's-
energy, not enough.
it's a personal philosophy
Yeah.
thing. I in Taiwan when I took over the local seminar, and then I'm in charge of 4 different UBP, like under me, right? So I will go to every one of them to see what we can do better, including local seminar. The first thing I changed about the local seminar in Taiwan is beforwards, when they let the people in, they will play videos, right?
Yeah.
Like the video you see, like they will
Yeah.
rerun some videos,
Yeah.
okay? But they will use the sound of that video. Okay, I personally I don't like it.
Okay.
Because every video has different sound tones. Some are really loud, some are not so loud. So this video will be like, have you heard about shop.com? Blah, blah, blah. Next one will be
Oh, yeah.
get to shopping with shop. Like it has different tone levels. But you won't have people like adjusting all the time at the videos, right?
Yeah.
So I asked them like, play the video, those are good, but mute the music, and
Put your own music.
put your own music on. So your music and your video should be on different channels. So that music should just be some, new, like can be like from whoever, like but English is better. US music. You just have them play it. When you see the MCs is up, then you fade it down. Like how Tim said was really good. When MC is not talking again, put it back on. To a volume that is there but it's not too loud. Okay? And maybe 10 minutes before the meeting starts, put the volume up higher. So it's becomes a little bit hard for people to talk. That's how human knows like something is happening.
Yeah.
Okay? When the MC goes up, you fade it down. That's how you open a meeting. So that's the first thing I changed. And this includes home parties. Okay? When guests are coming in, they should be coming in an environment, because it will be super awkward. Like think about it. Just don't say anything. Look. Right? If you come into something and it's like this, then and if you like you don't feel something now because you know everybody.
Yeah.
If you don't, you're like
Yeah.
hi. So he should be coming in with light music playing in the background with people's laughter. You guys should be talking to each other. You don't want people to come in and everybody's sitting like this and like. You should be like. You're not faking it, but you're just. So everybody should be talking. But when you see people come in, you need to greet them. I don't care like whose house it is or like whose team it is. Okay, you greet them. Be like, hi, how are you? Just say something. Okay, then somebody must have invited that person, right? That person will go, talk to them, bring them in environment, and see how we can introduce each other. That's how a good event works.
To put them at ease.
Music really helps. Yeah. And then if they are still feel tense, you give them alcohol. James will like, oh, here we go.
With syrup.
And
So-
then later on, later on with the music, then the music has to be very upbeat so they open their mouth.
Yeah.
You check whatever the vibe.
The same thing. Well, like at home, at meetings, the same. When it starts, you fade the music down, and then when the MC are talking, then you shut it off. Okay? But sometimes you'll see if you feel it's too awkward, you can actually leave the music a little bit if it's light.
Really soft.
Yeah, really soft, which is fine. Okay? And the other thing is after the event. Okay? During the event it's the same. Like during the event you do whatever you want. After the event, when it's over, then you put the music back on. To loud first. Okay? Because that would let the person know, like a movie. This movie is over. But then you don't want to disturb, because you know how we need to do meeting after meeting, right? So you put the music, once you turn it up loud, then you slowly fade it back to where we can still talk, but the music still going. That's how in GMTSS, and that's how HBP should be like. Okay, so GMTSS afterwards, you put like right after, oh thank you for coming to local seminar, you put it on, and then you fade it back down. Okay, so people will know, like they can still talk, but they can still be in that environment. Okay. Same for this. So thank you for coming to our TLS party today. I know we tried a lot of great food for TLS. Thank you so much, everybody. Then put the music down where they can still hear, and then you start to do your thing. Yeah. So music will actually, those kind of control will play a big part in the then everything else everything else can't really teach you, because you only get better by working with each other.
Yeah.
I can teach you now, but it will just be the same. You already know it. That skincare is just like how you place product. That's something you will all learn with each other. There's no standard for those. So those are fine. So that's how a good event should be. And it will grow from, and then you'll learn more things from one event to another to another to another. And then eventually it will be really easy to do. So for the home event, the person who's in charge of AB should be just one person. Because it's really easy to do. Just set it. How I would set up computer linked up, and then I will bring up, like if space like this, a Bluetooth speaker would do. Just bring a Bluetooth speaker, and then have your phone on, so I can always sit here and control the music. Nobody knows. So because you don't want to make something too difficult, because then another person can do it.
Yeah.
I don't want to bring like a bunch of cables and like, and then the person will learn like, oh. So I teach them, say, get yourself a Bluetooth speaker, get yourself a music account, because that one we do with old music, a bunch of music on it. The partner store app. Pay it, do it, worth it. You can use this in any event. Yeah. So that's part of it. Anything you want to add?
Cool.
Honey? 有什么要补充？一个好的会议，你可以讲中文。
刚刚都讲得很好，就是 very good at what you say. But did you talk about the goal of every HBP?
Yes.
Goal set. Yeah. If you want to retail, so that HBP should focus on how to make this HBP to make some retail. I mean have the retail things happen, right? If it's everybody feel very good, very happy, then if I say goodbye, then there will be no retail, no selling, right? So there must be something that you put in the end of the HBP that makes this happen. Yeah, and if the goal of this HBP is for like knowing new people, like making new friends, make your name list to know your team. Just to know your team, so then that HBP will not be that strict of like SOP or agenda like that. And if that's a show plan HBP like what you did, that will be like you also need to make it like SOP for all of the UFOs you can copy and go to your house. You can handle a one HBP, and you have to arrange it and in advance how many people can this house can contain. So if I have a HBP, I will hold the HBP. I will announce to my team, and I will let them know. Okay, now it's like only 5 seats, like 5 seats more. If you want to come, you have to 事先报名 like registering at the yeah pre-register. If you can't control the like people number of the meeting, that will be some names come, but you don't know who he is or who she is. We are all UFO. We don't know how to do the follow up. We want to help, but I don't know him. I try, and you have to do everything. Restart. I mean, ask everything again. Then he will come to follow up, and he'll ask him the same thing all over again. That will make the members very, very, very tired of answering the same questions, right? So if my HBP will be the follow up things. So I will make all of my UFOs like report. If he will come or if he or she will bring your name list. 你的名单是 prospect 吗？ Because yeah, if they will bring prospects. So if you are bringing prospect 1 or 2 or 3, and if I'm bringing three prospects, it's a little bit impossible for me to do the follow up for them all. So I will tell Doreen, so, hey Doreen, I'm bringing 3 prospects. Can you please help me to do the follow up to Irene and Iris? Can you please help me to follow up to Mary or another one, so they can focus on helping you to do a follow up. So I will report my FORM. I mean Irene's FORM. I will tell you, and I will let everybody know if she comes, if your prospect comes, so they can like very clear know how to get the point that she wants. No, if it's a follow up business presentation, yeah, and if it's and I think that SOP is very important. So Frank said very important thing, the model HBP. So you are all senior UFO, so you can help the team to make a very thoughtful and very good arrangement of everything. That HBP will be held very 很用心, very thoughtful and very prepared well. And that HBP you can invite also partners, also name list to join. Then that will be and that model HBP you join, the UFO joined, you need to observe how what A team do, what P team do, what S team do, and you are going to copy this all to your house. You do that HBP, but you invite your senior partner to go see if you can do it like that model HBP. And later, after the HBP, like he said, you need to like do after meeting and talk to your senior partner. Say, okay, if this is everything good or something that lack, I need to do more like that. Yeah, and that SOP is also need to be like 很多 prior. I mean, like at least 2 times, like online discuss or yeah, arrangement. That will be
like pre-meeting.
Yeah. Before the meeting, you will bring the cups, you will bring the products, you will bring the like blanket, and you will, and everything should be arranged. If that HBP, do you want to sit here?
No, that's it.
If that HBP will happen and not in your house, there will 很长. It happens that lots of things that you forget to bring. 很多东西 you didn't bring. That will be very inconvenient. Like you rent a place and you hold the HBP, then there's no more cups, no more drinks. I mean no PowerPoint, no clicker or something. That will be very embarrassing for UFOs and for your prospects. Yeah. So the prior